Yo. Welcome back to the Evergreen pod. You know, we keep it evergreen. We like to keep it going. I'm excited tonight. We got so much to talk about. I am DM Doug. You good?
I'm good, man.
You ready, bro?
I'm ready.
You feel the energy, bro?
I feel it, man. I'm so excited, man.
Tell them what they got to do, bro.
Man, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I promise you would not be disappointed. Click that subscribe button.
Yes,
what
indeed.
you waiting for?
What you waiting for? Yes, indeed. Dante, you good?
I'm good, baby. I'm good, man.
You ready to go, huh?
Ready to roll.
Let's
Let's
get it. Will, Lambo,
Mask up.
masked up.
Ready to
Mask
go.
on.
Ready for war. Ready for the pod battle of the century. Whenever y'all ready, y'all know where I'm at.
This man said he ready for the pod belly.
I bet not catch you with no hoodie and a mask on next week.
Oh, dang.
Man.
Oh,
So it's going down.
This man said a pod battle.
I'm ready for the pod battle, man.
What was the verse?
Pod wars.
We didn't do
Yeah,
a verse.
with this pod battle.
Do a pod verse? Oh,
Yeah, let's
man.
get it.
Pod versus.
Hey,
Let's get
the
it.
first up. I'm about that though.
I'm about that life too.
I'm about that 100%.
Let's get it though, man.
Man, so hey, we here. It's Evergreen Pod. Y'all share this real quick because we live, we rolling, man. So much to talk about. When I say so much to talk about, there's so much to talk about. Where we gonna start at, y'all? Where y'all want to start at, man? It don't even matter.
Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder.
Let's go to
So
Boulder, man.
we going straight in.
Yeah, man. Boulder, Colorado, man.
The power of Prime.
That's what we calling
The
it?
power of Prime, man.
Power of Prime.
The power of Prime. And so I'm gonna go around the room real quick so we can get this conversation really started. I think I already have a consensus of what I'm about to ask, but I'm gonna ask anyway. How do you feel about prime time Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado? Anybody can jump in anytime.
I feel no way about it. I think primetime is a power shifter in all aspects of life. Football, outside of football, raising young men, developing character.
Yep.
I think the reason why people are upset that he left the HBCU is this. Now they got to actually work. They got to actually get their hands dirty. And for the last 3 years, they just sat there with their feet kicked up and watching Deion do all the work. And so from Deion Sanders, he is a businessman. So he's probably looking around the room
First.
like, wait a minute. Exactly. I'm meeting y'all halfway. Y'all not meeting me halfway at all. And now they are in panic mode because they didn't take the blueprint and follow it. And so now it's like, how are we going to keep this thing going? That's like you saying, you put the work in and say, Doug, I got $1 million for you for tomorrow. All you have to do is 1, 2, 3, go there, put this code in, and $1 million is yours. But while you telling me this, I'm in the kitchen cooking, making a turkey sandwich. And that's what I feel like that's what Jackson State was doing, making turkey sandwiches.
Right.
While Deion was out here pulling all the work in. I think that's why a lot of people are upset because now it's like, dang, what do we do now?
Right.
But shout out to Prime, man. I have no issue with it at all.
Shout out to Prime.
Me personally, I'm not gonna wholly agree with that. I am going to say that we don't know yet. We don't know who's paid attention to what because there's been no time.
Right.
There's no time between the separation of when he was there, when he got there, and now he's leaving. I will say that those that because it's not Jackson State. I'm not hearing nothing from Jackson State but praise.
This is the truth.
I'm hearing from people who have not attended Jackson State.
Yep.
To my knowledge, have never been to Jackson State. That are angry on Jackson State's behalf. Like
You mad for them and they not
you mad for them, they not mad. Like this man used for those of you who I've seen a couple on my timeline say he was a sellout. This man used half his salary to improve the facilities at Jackson State. He got his team out of Jackson, Mississippi when there was a water crisis. He helped the people in Jackson, Mississippi while there was a water crisis.
Wow.
This
is true and documented.
I mean, he brought college game day to a HBCU.
When have we seen that, guys?
Never.
Right?
Never.
Not never. He brought an undefeated season to Jackson State University. He brought a SWAC championship to Jackson State University.
The second one, right?
Yes, he won
Second.
last year,
Yep.
and then he's won the second one this year, and he's going back for the historically black college university national championship this Saturday. So for those who are intimating that he's selling out, he's anything but.
Right.
Because he bought his blood there.
Mm-hmm.
Not only him, his daughter,
Yep.
both his sons.
Yep.
He
All
put
three
his
of his
he
sons.
put it, he put his money in. He put his money in what his mouth was. And he materially improved. They're not selling the buildings when he leave. The buildings staying. The locker room stays.
They stay.
Yep.
Yep.
The weight room stays.
Jerseys. all that.
Jerseys stay.
The field.
Jackson State had more jersey combinations out of any HBC out of any college outside. Only one that had more was Oregon, who is literally sponsored by Phil Knight and Nike.
Yep.
Right.
So let's let go of that narrative.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that even having Under Armour jerseys and Under Armour stuff, he said, I mean, the other team that has anything comparable to that is Oregon. Somebody saying it on today. So it's like, that's unheard of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a HB.
And we're not just talking about jerseys. We're talking about helmets.
Yeah, all that.
all
the,
that.
the whole top to bottom.
You good?
I'm good.
So you don't have no problem him leaving though?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. It's a coach. Listen, it's a coaching move.
Yeah.
We see it every freaking year.
So my thing is I don't have a problem with him leaving. I don't have a problem with Jackson State and what they did. Because at the end of the day, it still was a partnership. They had to go and hire him from a high school.
Exactly.
So nobody else was hiring him from the high school. So I big up their AD just like he did when he left.
He saw talent.
That Jackson State actually made the move to get him. He improved them.
Yep.
So it's a business transaction
Yep.
at the end of the day. And
Yep.
all business transactions must come to an end at some point in time. And both parties must find something better to succeed for the future.
Right.
And
so
luckily, this is a mutual party.
Like he said when in his press conference, you either get promoted or you get fired. So I think Prime, what he did was he shook a lot of people, and anybody who that says Prime is a sellout, they don't know Coach Prime.
No.
Right.
Number one, he was all world talent in high school. Did he go to HBCU?
Nope.
He went to Florida State, correct? Where's FAMU? How far is FAMU from Florida State?
Stone's throw.
So when people say that he's selling out, who's he selling out? Florida State?
Right.
Right. Right.
Because number one, HBCU didn't make him. He didn't come from them. His family didn't go to school at all, so HBCUs didn't make his family either.
Right.
So we need to look deeper inside of what we're talking about. It's a lot of craziness on the internet. A lot of people don't understand the power of coaching, the power of understanding how money coming. And Coach Prime understands sowing seed.
Yep. Yep.
Coach Prime a big believer in God can't fail. You got a bracelet on every time I see him. I don't know
100%.
about y'all.
I gotta get him. Prime, hit me up. I'm gonna meet you.
Yeah, some black and gold.
Gotta
Gotta
shoot
get some
you
black
up.
and gold ones. You know,
Get you
some
the
white, some
black
white and
gold
black
over
ones, some
there.
white and
Yeah,
gold
white
ones.
gold,
We-
yeah, all
we
that,
gotta
all
do
that,
them
all
right.
the colors.
And we still got to get Jackson State right too with the new coach
Absolutely,
because I
100%.
think he leaving his offensive coordinator, correct?
Straight
he
up.
is.
Straight
And
up.
then he also proved
He
today
recommended him for the next.
he recommended him for the job. So
What you think they're gonna do?
they have to keep
They
him.
got
Have to
They
keep
got
him.
to.
They got to keep
Yeah,
him.
you got to.
You got to keep him because you got to keep some semblance of the culture that he already established. Right? So
Yeah,
he
right.
put you in a better place than when before he got there.
Right.
Then you also seen the power of Prime, as you said, by what he just did in hiring a new offensive coordinator, which was a head coach from Kent State. It's no way possible at Jackson State they could have hired that guy to leave his head coaching post
No way.
to be the offensive coordinator
No way.
Right.
at a what it is, FCS level.
Yeah, nor would he have done it probably.
Nah, ain't nobody. Not with the water crisis. No, I'm not
Right.
moving to no Jackson.
And you talking about the dude from A&M? You texted us
So
about
he went and got a great recruiter from A&M, Mr. Bagman. That's what they call him in the streets. That's why you see A&M getting all of them top 20, top 25 recruits every year. Shout out to Coach, man. He gonna coach the D-line too. So you remember all of them D-line cats who went to A&M the last 2 years? Oh, some of them gonna be in the portal. And guess where they gonna end up
Who
at?
might be transferred?
They gonna end up. Then you got the running back from Alabama, Onk, sending out a tweet. Onk, y'all got an extra spot for me? Former 5-star Trey Sanders. So it's up. It's up right now. And
Nick Williams and is a coach from
A&M.
A&M, yes.
Yep, Mr. Bagman. That's all you gotta do. Say to Mr. Bagman. They know who you're talking about, man. He get that bag out there, man. He making sure all the kids get the NIL money because it's legal now.
Sean Lewis, officer coordinator.
So I just want to, and if you go back and watch some of the facilities at Colorado, a lot of people not realizing that Colorado has great facilities,
Absolutely.
but they're great for a Power 5 school.
Yep.
They're barely top 25 facilities. So if y'all amazed by watching Colorado facilities online right now, y'all need to go see Alabama facilities. Y'all need to go see Texas A&M facilities.
LSU.
Alabama got a lazy pool at their facility.
Yep.
Yo, I saw y'all watched the like when they showed when he was touring the facility in Colorado.
Yeah, checked it out.
Dude, I watched it and I was amazed at just like the first little walk when they first got to the little pools and everything. I was like, yo, like this is my and the assistant. I don't know who the guy was. I can't think of his name. Y'all might know him. But he's with Dion. He kept on saying, boy, we done come a long way. My dad used to tell me something, but my dad used to tell me when I was younger, man, we used to go a lot of places. And he would tell me, listen, it's just people, it's just buildings. Don't get excited about what you see. Mm-hmm. So he would tell us when we go places, don't act like you ain't never been nowhere before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we had to kind of, y'all done heard that before. So you kind of got to put on and act like you could be excited as a mug, but you got to kind of act like you've seen it. And, it might be just a black thing or whatever. I don't know what it is, but you got to act like you kind of seen it, right? Even though you might be excited.
Yep.
This man was acting like he never been there before, and he had the right to. He had the right to because it shows, and I like that he said it. I like hearing what he said because it was showing. He said, "Man, we come a long way from truth."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying from junior high, you know what I'm saying, and
the junior high.
Even going to college level and still not having the facilities, and you got to realize Dion knows this because he's played pro ball, so he knows. I played Power 5 college ball and pro ball.
Correct.
So he knows what it takes to really maximize some talent somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so to see that, now I'm going to say this is my take. You put the camera on. You got the camera on me? Listen, some of y'all will leave tomorrow. You will leave your job tomorrow for a $5 pay raise. Maybe 10. Or you say not 5, 7. Some of y'all leave tomorrow for a pay raise, and so you'll do it tomorrow. And talking about he got to be loyal to you'll leave tomorrow for a $15 pay raise, right? So first of all that talk that everybody's doing, everybody shut the hell up. Everybody just shut up. Number one, all right. And then, so I know you do it. I know you do it. Somebody offer you a better situation, you do it. You do it like that. You do it like that. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over again. I've seen some of the people talk the strongest. Yes, man, we're gonna work it out. We're here for the long haul. And soon as somebody offers something else, they're gone. All right. So I already know what time it is. So majority of people that be talking online, they can shut up. Majority of them can be quiet. But what I will say is this: if you don't know a man's vision and what his vision actually is, then you can't speak to the moves that he's gonna make because you can't even see it. You get what I'm saying? Now if he says, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If Prime says, "Man, I'm here for the long haul. I'm about to be at Jackson State forever." I'm trying to coach here like Bobby Bowden coached at Florida State. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever those long tenure coaches. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be here, man. I'm gonna build this up to if he come there and say, "I'm gonna build this up to a Power 5 school," right? If he starts saying all that, which is the dreams and the grandeur that everybody else has, then okay, that's one thing. If the man starts making a promise, and even if he says that and changes his mind, he still got the right to do that. Yeah. But we didn't hear any of that conversation, did we?
No, he never said that.
Did Prime ever say he gonna stay there longer than 5 years? We talked about it. Y'all know we talked about it a lot, and we had different thoughts. Mm-hmm. He never said it. Here's a man that, and somebody screaming about, black coaches. Well, here we go. A black coach, a Power 5 school, right?
Yeah.
In the Pac-12, right?
In Pac-12.
What we talking about? And you know who he gonna bring with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What we talking about? You see what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of and he's a coach, man. He's a coach. Everybody, why you Doug, Will, Dante, me, Darius, we all want to be at whatever we're working in.
Yeah.
We want to be able to attain the highest level of that. Mm-hmm. Am I lying?
Nope.
Everybody's watching right now. Everybody's gonna be watching this. Everybody wants to attain the highest level of it while keeping your integrity. You know, there's ways to get to places. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But we want to have the best version. You want to attain the highest version of it. We have things that we're working on visionary right now that if you want more resources, you can do it better, do it at a higher level, right? Everybody has that. So now when you get an opportunity as a football coach, you got to realize this is when we watch this come from junior high, from Truth, from in Dallas. Y'all, we've all kept up with it. We watched this. We didn't think you about to be. We said stuff and we threw stuff out, but we didn't know. The first thing was talking about, do he got the X's and O's?
Yeah.
Can he really coach, or is it because he prime time? Is it because he Dion? You know what I'm saying? And we would talk about it, and now we see it, that the journey. Yeah, that story is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
The story, the documentary or whatever, gonna be crazier than what we're seeing right now.
And the Vision to even be shooting that already.
Bruh,
They've been shooting that documentary.
been shooting. You see all the cameras be walking with him, right?
Every time.
Yeah, and that that's super smart, man. I think it's a move that is sometimes the moves that shift the most earth are not the obvious ones.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? It's not the one that everybody wants you to make.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Let's stay here and let's build HBCUs. Well, I mean, I get it. As soon as HBCUs decide to build themselves, then it's a good thing, right? Let's stay there and build it. Well, this man got something else going on, and there's some other things that you probably from the root can get done. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, why does none of what he started has to stop because he's gone?
This is true.
That's the thing. That's the
Names on the back of the jersey can still be done. Having an adequate medical staff for your football team.
Let me ask a question.
Is key.
Let me ask a question.
That is key.
So question. I got a question, and I agree with you. What does it take to get all that done?
Relationships.
And what else?
Resources, money.
Money. All right. So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't it done before?
Okay, so this is where I diverge with a lot of people's opinions about why this wasn't done before.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between black colleges and historically white colleges.
PWIs. Let's go.
Right. All right.
Y'all know I want to talk about it, right?
The difference between them, all right, is one word.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's a lot. Endowments.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. The endowments for universities basically tell you how strong the university is. Okay. And just for shits and giggles, I looked up last night. I was like, I'm gonna just pick one at random, and I'll pick one that I know. All right. So I picked Alcorn University. Mm-hmm. Looked up their endowment. Mackenzie Scott is a famous author. She donated a one-time gift of $25 million. Mm-hmm. At that time when she did that, which was, I believe, 2 years ago, it doubled their endowment fund. Mm. Okay? So, yeah, $50 million. Mm-hmm. So I looked up LSU. This is a story from June of this year. Mm-hmm. LSU's legacy fund, I believe, is called Fierce. LSU Fierce. Fierce for the Future. Fierce Foundation for the Future, something like that. Mm-hmm. They had set a goal for $1.5 billion, and they surpassed it 3 years early. Mm-hmm. The biggest one-time donation was $245 million. Mm-hmm. That is the difference.
But you understand too, though, since I follow football and basketball so much, so I understand it's relative to the conference that you play in, because it's also put out the doctors you putting out. It's also to your nurses, to your all your fields,
Absolutely.
Right? So. But you realize LSU broke, right? Now, to everybody else in the SEC, LSU got the least amount of money. So they tell recruits, don't go to LSU because once you get that degree, you're not gonna make a lot of money because look at the endowment. So to a regular person, that 1-point-something billion dollars is normal. But when you going against Texas A&M and they got $20 billion in there, that's the difference.
Yeah.
But what is Alcorn versus Southern would be more realistic.
Exactly.
Because you still gotta.
Well, but the comparison everybody's making right now is incorrectly PWIs and HBCUs.
But I think that's wrong though. I think
that's what I'm saying. Incorrectly.
That's a wrong conversation.
That's a wrong conversation.
That's a wrong conversation.
So were the HBCUs? All right, let's go with Jackson State before Dion gets there. Mm-hmm. Was Jackson State up to par based on their resources?
I mean,
you could look at as far as athletically, the facilities, you can tell they went up to par.
But none of them are.
Nobody.
No,
like
no,
Mississippi Valley State
but
is practicing like in somebody's back, like your backyard.
Southern
That's where they practice
Southern
at.
got one of the best facilities
Right.
in this way.
But y'all get what I'm asking?
Yeah.
According to what they have.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Because y'all know misappropriation of funds.
Like Southern just put down
Yeah.
a new track and been needing it for 20 years.
But can we all agree, like Montreal said, can we all agree, large money has hit the hands of these universities?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we agree with
no,
that?
No, I mean,
Based on
So what
quote, unquote,
happened?
let's just talk about the SWAC, the MEAC. Let's just talk about those conferences. We're not going to compare them to the other schools. Just those conferences, a lot of money, more money than they ever thought they would see has touched their hands.
Yeah, because they don't have the
And we can
facilities.
go right here in our hometown. Not going to say about it. Somebody wrote a big check to such and such facility, whatever, and you saw what happened. So at some point, the people that's in administrative and high authority,
bingo.
you have to take accountability for it. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to feel sorry for you when Coach Prime leaves. I'm not going to do that because at the same time, it's like, what are you actually doing? You said it earlier. You can get to the top, but you have to do it with integrity, and that's something they haven't been doing. How you not take advantage of Steve McNair? This man was on ESPN in the mid-90s.
Yeah, they still ain't did nothing.
Still ain't do nothing.
Man, let's do some quick. Let's do some quick math. Anybody got a calculator in the room?
Sure.
Come on, let's
Let's do
you got a phone.
some.
You
Let's
got
do
a phone, you
some. Let's
got a
do some
calculator.
quick math right now,
Okay,
man.
all right,
So let's
break it down like a
let's
fraction.
say let's go 100,000 alumni. Let's say 100,000
6 zeros. 5 zeros. Okay.
times
amazing.
$500. Let's go 100,000 alumni times $500 per year. What is that? What is that amount? How much is that?
50 million.
To me,
I don't want to hear about money.
that's true.
Like I don't want to hear about endowments. I don't want to hear about none of that
let-
because if you can't give $500 to your school and you got a degree from there and you got a job now, I don't want to hear it.
So are you telling me, Will, that it's a bunch of bull that we be talking about working together in community and who coming up with
All of that.
You telling me that's what it is?
That's all it is.
Okay.
How much is it? Also, though, how much is it?
Let's cut that in half. Let's go like 250.
Like, how much is it? How much is it?
Man, they spend that on going on a cruise on Carnival.
How much is it?
You can say you can give $25, put up $25 a month.
Go ahead.
Like, how much is it more like what Doug's saying though? Like,
Misappropriation.
people have misappropriation of the funds.
Well, see, but
Given.
It's
And how do these people get
How
in?
do they-
How do these people get to those positions?
hey,
And can you get 'em out?
Hey, Dante, that's good. So now,
You should be able to.
but even if we do this, Will, and that's a good point because I agree. Both of those are great points because even if we do this, I believe in this. Y'all know that. But even if we do this, I don't know. I'm not gonna call no university, but would you send $250 to such and such school? Would you send $250 to such and such school and believe that it's gonna go to the right place?
No.
Nah, not them.
I know we had that conversation before.
Yeah. So
But I'll give it to the kids in NIL though.
I sure will.
Yeah.
I give it to
Absolutely.
Jackson State players in NIL.
I sure will. I
Because
sure will.
I could track the funds.
So I'm gonna ask the question again. And somebody said, I don't know who said it, that it can keep going on. Can it? Can what Prime did keep going on in Jackson State?
That's what I was talking about earlier. I wasn't. So much-
I know we got blueprint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let's go personnel.
I don't know. Like when I said earlier, it wasn't so much about like Jackson State not being able to carry the torch. I'm talking about the SWAC conference as a whole,
MEAC as a whole.
and then MEAC and all these other the HBCU in general because he laid out the blueprint for everybody. And I was saying that they really wasn't paying attention. And I honestly thought the people like Dante say who's doing the talking, not so much Jackson State because obviously Jackson State benefited from it. So they're not going to do most of the talking because I mean he done wonders for them. The people doing the talking is because I think these people from other universities because I think what they thought if Prime stays here long enough,
Oh, come on.
we can reap some of the benefits
Yep.
if it trickles down because he was always talking about that. He was talking about getting athletic trainers from Mississippi Valley State
Yep.
and get a new practice field.
Everybody
So
want
I
a
think
handout.
those are ones that are upset in a sense where it's like if he stays here just a little bit longer, maybe we can just sit back and chill and it come to us. But life doesn't work like that.
Here's the thing: if I had to guess anything about Deion Sanders, these coaches that were willing to accept his help, like Mississippi Valley State, I'm assuming they probably exchanged phone numbers. and it's not like he gonna cut his phone off just because he moved to Colorado. If you need help on, hey, how did you make this work?
Well, yeah.
Can you put your pride down and call him, man? Text him.
That's another issue
It's
we
a
have.
coaching fraternity.
It's a fraternity. It
you
really
really do
is.
talk to
Like
everybody.
you really talk to your fellow coaches.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say something. You might be about to say it, though. So if I say it, you about to say it, then don't hold me for it. Prime ain't your normal coach.
No.
Like that. Like what Prime did is not a coaching move. What Prime did was a prime time move.
Yep.
There was nobody else in the world that could have done what Prime did. I don't care who it is. You can name another player from what Prime did at Jackson State, but it goes back to where we know Prime. Well, how we know Prime?
Yeah.
We know Prime because he coached good. How we know Prime?
No, because he flashed. He could play.
Arguably the best cornerback to play the game.
Right.
Okay, right? Hall of Famer, Super Bowls, all that, right?
Videos,
running
shoes.
back. Okay, Jerry Curl, all that, right?
Everything.
So
Gold chains.
Leaving in a limo.
must be the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, okay, so
Hammer,
this,
MC Hammer videos.
so this is how we know Prime, and Prime has been in our souls, in our minds, as long as we've been knowing football, especially us our age,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now when Prime comes out, you know what I'm saying, and does it when Prime gets here, it's a different thing that gets there as coaching. He doesn't bring that money. I remember. Now I personally know this just for personal conversations with people in the mix that he had to really fight at the beginning because the money was getting misappropriated.
Yeah.
Because people were sending money because Doug, if you go somewhere, then Dante,
I can
Will,
only
me,
imagine those
Darius. If you go somewhere, Dante, me, Will, Darius, all us donating, all us going over there, all of us. Oh, you need something for a new facility, Doug?
Right.
Well, I'm gonna give you what I got. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do this? I'm gonna give you what I got. You know we doing that, but we doing it why? Because you over there.
Right.
We're not doing it because of the school.
That's true.
Nope.
We're not doing it because of the school because we know the school been there. We doing that because you over there.
That's true.
And so don't get to tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When last year, last 20 years, you ain't get nothing for the facility.
Yeah, nothing at all.
And then as soon as he get here the first year, just say $1 million. That ain't nothing compared to
No, he donated 150 himself.
But you get what I'm saying,
Right.
Yeah.
And what coach can or will do that?
But he led.
Only one I heard do that was Brian Kelly.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You see
That's
what
the
I'm saying?
only one. That's the only two I ever heard.
Mark Rick.
That we heard, right?
Mark Rick.
That we
yeah.
heard, right.
Good
University
dude.
of Miami.
Good dude. But he went to school there though.
Yes.
He went to college there, so
Yes.
he's alumni
So that
and a
makes
coach.
sense.
So
Yeah.
Right.
Mark Kelly
And-
did, yeah.
that's another thing. This man ain't got no ties with Jackson State.
he went to Florida State. He didn't go to FAMU. I keep saying that.
Right.
I think things have to be in perspective, and I'm talking about what's going to go on next. I do think that they had a boost. Y'all remember the little power boost on the video game when you're racing? You press a little turbo button, you get a little boost, but you don't get that the whole game.
Yeah.
But you have to maximize on the boost to make sure you get in front of who you got in front of,
Yep.
and then hold them off until the end of the race.
Yep.
It is your responsibility to, y'all know them racing cars, you have to develop a car, get enough points to build a car fast
Yep.
enough to keep going, right? It is their responsibility to do that. But what Prime did, well, it's just the old school thing, man. They used to have the old school. My uncle had an old school fountain in his backyard. And what he used to do was they had the big old bowl, the big tub, it's rusted up, not a big old tub, and a pump on it. And they said you got to prime it.
Yeah.
And they said you got to pump it until enough pressure is, and then the water starts flowing. That doesn't mean
First,
that
that mud come out first.
that mud come out first. Yeah, that sludge. That sludge come out there first because it's been sitting there. The one, and y'all, that's a story. That was a story. Come on, Prime, holler at me, man. I need to go ahead and narrate this for you. The sludge come out first, but then once you get the pumping, that water start flowing. And you can pump it so much that water starts flowing where you don't even have to pump as many times because it's flowing. But that don't mean I've seen people do this also. Yeah, can I go? Can we go there? I've seen people do this also, and this is kind of reverse effect of that. But I've seen people have the run. You ever had the hose pipe and the water running through the hose pipe? So you're just doing what you want to do.
Right.
There's a little water left in there even when you unscrew it and turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And it's a little water. You could think you on the flow. You can think you home,
Right.
but you didn't stay connected. You get what I'm saying? So now you got the little water out, and that water lasts for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's like the connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said it just now. I think you said it, Dante. We were always saying it that they're gonna need to reach out to Prime.
Yeah.
And I think that Prime is gonna have a prime opportunity to still. That's
Man
funny,
said he
too.
prime the
the
pump.
pump.
Prime the pump.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, no, that's and
Prime
keep it
the
going.
pump.
And so now they're gonna have to do that with him, And I think they're going to have a great opportunity for him to be able to come back and help because there's no conflict of interest per se between where he is in Colorado and Jackson
And where
State.
you are right now.
And that's the reason why they need to keep the offensive coordinator as the head coach.
They better.
Exactly.
They
keep the
they
line of
no.
communication
Listen,
open.
they better do it.
Yeah. Something else nobody else is talking about, and I want to talk about it here first right now so everybody else can steal it, is that Colorado is the only college that has hired 3 African-American head coaches back to back to back.
Wow.
Preach.
Wow. Wow.
They are one of the most progressive states in the country.
Preach.
Right.
So, and everybody thinking they stole Prime and did this. Y'all ain't said nothing when they hired Mel Tucker from Alabama and
Wow.
Georgia,
Wow.
being a defensive coordinator.
Wow.
Y'all ain't say nothing when Mel Tucker left to get $100 million from Michigan State. Y'all ain't say nothing when Carl Durrell was out there sinking, never swimming, and got fired mid-season. I ain't hear y'all on a but y'all need to keep Durrell. I ain't hear y'all saying none of that.
But you're right. It's the power of Prime. The cameras is on this man. He's making a move that is polarizing to people. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You want to say
No, I was saying like the thing about it is like they can call Deion Sanders to get the blueprint, but that's one of the biggest problems in our community, the black community, is pride and ego. Because if we're not the first ones to do it, then we don't want to help somebody else who's got there already and to help elevate them. We have a serious problem of helping somebody else elevate when they reach a certain level. We're not helping you anymore. We don't want to reach out to you to see how we got there. And like even here in where we're from, in our local community, local hometown, I found out that the amount of help that we get as a black community comes from people who don't look like us.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say it, and that's the God honest truth. And so we can sit here and we can protest, we can march, we can say all this other stuff, but until we start taking accountability for ourselves and helping ourselves out, it's never going to change. I know people in businesses that other cultures, they were building a business, they ran out of money, literally was running out of money to build this business. They didn't go to a bank. They went within their community, their culture. They had to raise some money and it helped it going.
Wow.
It's so we're so competitive that is disgusting. We're so competitive that we can't be progressive. We're so competitive that we're killing in our own selves, not physically, but we're killing opportunities to progress. And we get upset when we're not progressing because we're not progressing. So you can't get mad at that. And back to the point with Deion Sanders, he even told his team before he left, he said, you guys have no idea what we had to go through to get to this point. So when we talk about them, certain funds that was coming through Jackson State, like all that stuff is coming. It's probably
Funny
coming up.
funny how all that got straightened out.
Right.
And see, it's amazing. It's amazing how all that got straightened out. So here's what people need to pick up. We're talking about going on from now, right? We're competitive, right? And I don't know if that's been ingrained in us as a culture. They do it to its own purpose or whatever.
You gotta. No, I'm tired of that. You gotta break that.
Well, you're right. You're right because at this age and where we are in life right now, you have enough understanding that it's going on.
Right.
If you know that it's going on, you already know. Now, so I'm about to say something about the competitive. Now, what I do understand, I just said this, that nobody's going to do it like Prime, and you got to catch what I'm saying when I say that. Prime is just a special individual. Not because he's a special individual. He's got a special situation. He's
He gifted.
He gifted.
Yeah.
He's gifted. Y'all remember when Prime? Let's go back a little history. I remember when Prime was like, "All right, I'm gonna take to the house." I remember that in Florida State. He used to do that. He did that in Atlanta too. I'm gonna take to the house. Who was doing that before that?
Nobody.
And I'm gonna take to the house and then get it and take it to the house, and everybody knew. And they put their whole special teams plan on stop Dion, and they couldn't do it. And then realize he ends up being the greatest cornerback to play the game. And this argument, people won't argue about it, but all right. So
It ain't no argument.
It's not Eddie George. Eddie George is over at Tennessee, right?
State.
Tennessee
State.
right.
They got other coaches that are coaching, right? I mean, other players that are coaching in different places, right? But Eddie George's career wasn't like Prime's career. Not even stat wise, but just people seeing you, just being popular.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the popularity that comes along with Prime is different. But we talking about getting it straight. What people need to understand is you're not gonna don't try to model yourself after Prime because Prime is Prime. But you can take the principles of Prime. Why am I doing all this, man? Ain't they crazy? Yeah. We take the principles that he did and use those things and see past the glitz. What Prime did was took all the glitz and the glam and the cameras and everything that they got. And everybody looking at him. He took all that, brought that in to bring attention to the school, and it almost pressured them to do some things too that they might not have done with those funds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get what I'm saying? And then was able to start putting in place. We're doing this with the kids. We're building this type of understanding. We're doing this. We're taking care of them like this. And if you could catch that, this is why they need to keep that guy. They need to keep that coach that's on staff. Wasn't they call him TC or something like that? Yeah. They need to keep him, and people need to pay attention to what was going on to straighten out these programs. If that's what was the point. I don't even know sometimes that's what the school wants to do.
A lot of people don't want to put in the work too though. Like you got so many coaches getting jobs that ain't never coached before. Coach Prime coached in junior high. He coached in high school. Yep. Now he didn't coached in FCS level. Now he's moving up to Power 5. Mm-hmm. Cash is jumping straight from off the couch to the NFL right now.
Yeah.
like all jokes aside,
and it be showing.
Literally just Saturday.
It be showing. It's like you got to put it. You got to love the work. Like you got to love what you do and put in the work, man.
Yep.
And so that's what people need to take from the Prime story is the work that he put in daily.
Right.
His son run his media team, so nobody never gonna duplicate the media.
They're not going to
because it's his son.
What other
cell phone?
What other coach had a Barstool podcast?
Mm-hmm. None.
I'm talking about like he would have had a podcast without the Jackson State.
Yeah.
And people would have listened to it just because he Prime. Yeah. But he keeps that going.
He had it before. He had it before he was at Jackson State.
And
because remember he had the problem with the NFL network and stuff like that. He was like, I don't need them.
Yep. And so he's bringing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going. It's just not. They did a documentary.
Yeah, and they're gonna do another one. They're gonna do another one now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be different because it's Prime. But catch the principles, man.
I think I got a question for y'all, man. I know y'all follow basketball heavily, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me about the CBA and how the CBA won't allow people to take less salaries. Why are we not thinking that same way with Coach Prime? Mm-hmm. We can't let him take a less salary at Jackson State. Mm-hmm. He has to go to Colorado. So then the next coach is to keep stepping up. Ain't that the way the CBA works?
And the compatibility. I mean, it works in a lot of other areas and too in the industry like that because it's the same thing. We're real estate. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with the appraisals. You see what the houses are going for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got a good one for you.
And you can
appraisal. Yeah.
Come on, hey, let's. This has been Evergreen.
Oh, I got a good one for you.
But this is how it goes. So, and what they do, like in the CBA, they make it that way so that players like Brian, players like different ones, and I'm saying Brian first because I think Brian would have been a person to say, you know what? I'll take a pay cut. Just get the players in here that I need, and I'm gonna win for the next.
I mean, they did when they went to Miami,
but that was early though. I'm
saying even on. Let's say when he goes to LA, right? Mm-hmm. And you get AD over there. I know you got players, but you don't think right now in year 20 that Brian would take a pay cut to get the players that he in right here to win 3 more championships?
Mm-hmm. He'll take like $1 million.
If he win 3 more championships, how many? He got 7.
Yeah,
y'all get what I'm saying? And he can actually do that, but they wouldn't let him do it.
So that was my question.
That makes sense.
That was my question.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, right. Why are we okay with that? But they're not okay with Prime having to move. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
That man said this. That man says 2 ways coaches leave. They get terminated or they get elevated. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There it is. So which way you want to go? Yeah. And y'all don't think Jackson State would have fired Prime at one time or another if it got too much trouble? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have been done for them. But I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah. So we just gotta see it for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm excited to see what happens in Colorado. I hadn't talked about Colorado since Rasan Salam, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got another question though. One more question. Mm-hmm. Is it the fact that we want more exposure on HBCUs like sports and stuff like that, but the product, if you didn't watch, you can watch Jackson State and obviously they were different because they had just a lot more dudes on their team, right? You had guys, right? As opposed to other teams like in the SWAC. But is it a possibility at some point, if the product is not good, with anything that you're not going to watch, you're not going to buy it. But is that so much? And I understand the talent level is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, when do we have to start putting more accountability on the coaches? Because like you can have Will, we both went to high school, okay?
We both went to a high school.
We both went to a high school, right? Same colors.
Me and Dante too. Me and Dante went to high school. Dante went to high school. Swag went to high school too, man.
Everybody went to high school. So they went to high school, Doug. They went to high school, Doug.
Hey, first off, y'all interrupting my point.
Go ahead.
We sorry, bro. We sorry.
All they ain't on here this week.
We sorry, bro. We sorry.
We went to high school, right? And we talk about coaching and elevating and making the product look better than when it actually really is.
All right.
And Dante know this. We played for high school teams that we actually looked better. And we thought we were better than we actually were.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, the high school that we all went to, right?
Doug was actually that good.
We can
The rest of us.
That good.
we can
Mere
count.
mortals.
We can count. We can count on our hands, literally, how many guys we actually put in D1 college football.
Right.
But we're winning state championships and winning playoffs.
We were talking about this. We just were talking about this.
So at the same time, it's like I get it. Like I understand, like a kid may not be as athletic or as talented, but hey, sometimes we gotta look at these coaches. Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all going to these coaching clinics just to eat and get a stipend? Oh man, I shouldn't have said that.
Because you
Are you going to really learn and dissect and really bring the information back to your program?
Because
don't they say, I visited with such and such, but did you really take something from him, or you just want to let people know? Are you cloud chasing?
Man, because I go to these coaching clinics for track and field,
Okay.
right? But all the coaches are there. It's Louisiana High School Coaches Association.
Right.
Matt Canada's down here explaining offense, right? Like you said, are you in there? Are you in there paying attention? You actually like got a notebook, writing stuff down,
Right.
and then you going back to such and such high school and doing, adjusting what you can to your kids and what you taught. That's one thing. Number two, are you going and really knocking on these doors and trying to recruit these kids? Like, what's stopping you from going knock on a 5-star? What's stopping you? Like, the kid says no, that's the worst thing they can tell you.
Yep.
That's the worst thing.
That's like going for the baddest chick in the room.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. Shoot your shot.
Hold on, y'all know we all done it.
Shoot your shot.
We done been on both sides of it. Some of us in crash and burn.
What?
And some of us went out like rocket.
Right.
It was a lot more crashing and burning than it was the rocket.
Not more.
But shoot your shot, bro.
Shoot your shot.
Like,
Shoot or shoot, man.
shoot.
offer the scholarship.
Shoot the J.
Offer the scholarship. Be for real. Be straight up. Mom, dad, whoever, grandma, auntie, whoever you staying with, I'm gonna take care of him. He gonna graduate. He gonna be a better man and a better football player by the time he leave.
Keep it a buck, Dante. Keep it a buck. Let's go back in our minds real quick. I'm on that same thought you're saying. Did we think that Dion was gonna be able to land somebody like Travis Hunter before we heard it? Travis Hunter, top number one in the nation.
I honestly did.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly,
Because of Prime.
Because
of
Prime
Prime.
can recruit moms. Prime know how to talk to mothers.
True. And that's the thing.
Because they all.
If Eddie would have went in there, would you think he got it?
Nope.
No.
Who?
Eddie
I
George.
don't even know how you
No,
got the
no,
job.
no, no.
I don't think he had
how you got the job, man.
No.
How did he get the job?
Eddie
He never coached.
Never coached.
He can't
So,
recruit.
I was just trying to think
He
of
never
another.
coached. He can't recruit.
It's just like, I think for this podcast too, we want to get the information out. And when I talk about stipends too, I want to kind of, because I don't know if they get stipends to go to
go ahead.
to
Come on,
camps and all
go
that
ahead.
stuff. Do they get paid to go to these clinics?
Yeah.
They do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, back to the stipend part.
He on that.
Hey, stop.
He on
Hey,
that.
coaches. How about this? Take care of your home ground first.
Yeah.
Stop traveling across state lines just to get extra money. You let a lot of kids leave this state and its parish because you want to travel across state lines to pick up extra funds, knowing good and well you got talent
Right here.
in your home state. And you miss out on a lot of kids, a lot of opportunities, right? Because a lot of kids, maybe they can't go to a quote unquote big college. They may want to stay at home, but you're not taking the time to actually recruit the kid. You want to go across state lines because I get paid more.
Let me ask you. you was a heavily recruited out of high school. You ended up at LSU. Mm-hmm. How many HBCUs came knock on your door?
Not one.
Wait. Hold on. Zero.
I found out
Where your mom and dad went to school?
they went to.
Yeah, the university. Southern University.
They went to Southern University. So I didn't find out till 2 years later. I found out 2 years later that Southern did offer me after my sophomore year, but they told my coach, "Don't worry about it because there's no chance he'll come here."
Wow.
So I found out after the recruiting process. So
Would you have taken a visit?
I grew up going to Southern.
You grew up on
games.
campus.
Yeah, absolutely. I was taking a visit.
All right.
Yeah, cause never mind.
That's
All right.
This is what we talking about shoot or shoot.
backwards.
That's what
They
they
ain't
call
shoot.
Pretty Wednesday.
That's what I'm
campus.
I'll
The
tell
yard.
you, till you come up on Wednesday.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest. Like, what I would have went there, probably not. But also at the same time, it's like.
But if I look on 24/7 and I look up Derry Beckwith's
With the
profile
visit, right.
and I see where he took an official visit and I see Southern University and then I see Southern University might have sent me a letter, then I might consider dog, you got to do
right.
you got to do
You're
the
right.
work.
you gotta do the work, bro.
You got to do the work.
You got back then. The players have a lot more control now.
Yeah.
Just with NIL and stuff, and
Yeah.
we'll know about this. Like,
Right.
so back then, coaches had a lot more control over you.
Yeah.
Because they had one recruit. He was a year before me, and school was going to offer him, big school was going to offer him, and he told this coach that I'm gonna go take a visit to Southern. Now he's a big recruit. And he said, "Well, you can go to Southern," and he took his scholarship away. So even back then, you just had to be a little bit
Conscious of what
you
you're
had a little
doing.
bit conscious back then, but at the same time, like players didn't have the leverage that they have right now.
Which is what I love.
They ain't have no social media.
They had no
nothing.
social media stuff
Right.
either, so it's kind of
They
like
had no platform to
they,
get out.
They really didn't. Like we had Rob and stuff, but it wasn't like now. Like they got who recruiting you, what coach recruiting you, and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
But at the same time though, it took somebody like Prime Time to actually set the example to say, look, man, just try and shoot your shot and see what happens.
Is that a fear? Is that a legitimate fear of high school athletes that if they're seen, you seen on an HBCU campus, are you wary of coaches being
Not
like,
now. I think not
now.
today's not
Okay.
now because
Then it was, though.
back then it was back then it was a fear because like wait a minute, like you see all what we have and you gonna go to that. That's how it was viewed back then. But now it's to the point where these kids got so much power, man. Like we seeing it now with the transfer portal. Like they have power that I haven't seen in a long time from college, and it's only going to grow.
Yep.
Because once these TV dollars really get hacked into, it's coming. Like Deion Sanders say, I'm coming. So it is coming.
I got a question.
I'm sorry. One more.
Go thing.
Like,
Hey,
so
No. Yeah, go ahead, bro. 'cause
So
I'm about to-
like we saw the fight that he had within HBCU culture, right? And I'm already starting to see the next fight he's going to have,
Oh, y'all see it. He see it too.
which is racism. Because I've already seen the comments. Why does he keep making the comment that my college football team is still 65-70% black?
Yeah.
Like, because it's true. That's why he said it. Like,
Reality.
it's literally reality.
Every campus.
Every campus.
Every
What
division.
are we talking about? Yeah,
So I'm seeing.
Unless you're Wisconsin.
I'm seeing the next feat. I'm seeing.
and they fired their coach too.
Yeah, they sure did.
They fired their coach too.
And they hired Fickle. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be changed this portal season.
That's absolutely. So I'm seeing a step up in opponent, and it's not necessarily a person. It's an idea. It's a mentality that he's going to be fighting.
He's not fighting. He's fighting a mentality. I like that. It's not a person. It's a mentality. Now I want to. I got a question. We talked about this before, and I'm gonna need y'all to break something down to me so I make sure I have the facts right when I get to it. All right. You made a statement. We want to see HBCUs get more exposure. Do better with the. Do we? I'm asking the question.
Oh, that's the question.
That's the question.
Do we want to see it? And I'm not talking about when I say we. I'm not talking about us 4 or 5. I'm talking about we as a people. Let's talk about the HBCUs. Do they want more exposure? Now here's a question. Now tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all correct me. But didn't we say on one of these pods months ago that they didn't want to move? I know I'm about to touch the Holy Grail, but I don't care because they don't pay me and I don't get a note.
Yep, we sure
They
did.
did not want to move the Bayou Classic for back just a week, so that the winner of the SWAC could play in a
In the playoffs, in the Division II playoffs, FCS.
And maybe the runner up also.
Yeah.
Not just the winner. The runner up could play too, depending on the record.
now if
Yeah,
so
the crazy thing about it that if you move it up a week, that's their bye week that they usually have anyway.
So then they make everybody else have a bye week the next week.
So hold on. So and if I'm not mistaken, if they played in the playoffs for the FCS, right? Am I saying it right? That it would give more exposure to the team, right?
And more money.
And
If you get if deeper you get, you definitely get more exposure.
More money than they're gonna make at the Bayou Classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's a scripture.
Come with it.
Can I preach for a second?
Go for it.
There's a scripture, and it's very simple. It says this in case it says the traditions of men have made the word of God of none effect. You want and it's okay. It's okay if you want the Bayou Classic more than bringing more exposure to HBCUs as a whole. That's totally okay. My nieces went to the Bayou Classic a couple weeks ago. They just stayed out in New Orleans, went out there. Y'all remember we all done our
Everybody.
Bayou Classicing, right? Had moments with it. When the last time you been? Okay, never mind. What I'm trying to say is, we've all had our moments. I never watched a game at the Bayou Classic. I never watched a game.
I watched it.
I went to the Bayou Classic for several years, and I have never watched a game, Will. Why did I never watch a game, Will?
There's too many around there.
I'm walking them hallways.
It's too
That's
many.
the only reason I'm in the city. Okay. I never watched the game. When I say never,
No.
I never watched the game. I watched the game. I watched more games at home on TV than I did when I went to the game.
Right.
Okay, that's neither here nor there. Everybody got their reason for going. That's their weekend. They hope it don't rain. All that stuff, right? But we want to, and that's just that. Maybe it's several other things, but we want to hold on to our tradition more than the possibility of expanding what everybody else is doing. And this is the community thing we talking about. Now, I'm not saying anything about bike class. I know somebody gonna talk their noise and run them out. My mom with this other, so like don't I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, chill. All right, chill. I love the Bayou Classic too, right? But I understand the significance in here, and I do also understand the significance in shifting change when the time comes.
Nobody's saying you can't play the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Just play the game a week earlier.
Hey man, nah, you can
Dante,
you can even play it to open the season.
Man.
You can play it
Right.
to open the season.
Play as a kickoff
everybody else
classic.
do the-
And you know what they
They
gonna
got
do?
classes that open up a season.
Every year.
And you know what they gonna do? You know what everybody that go to Bayou Classic the Saturday after Thanksgiving gonna do? They gonna get them hotel rooms and they gonna go to the Bayou Classic.
Right.
May take a few years for it to shift and people get just they going.
Nah, it's
All they're gonna
first
do
year.
is change their vacation.
That's it.
So now.
But it's actually still a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
So
It's still a holiday weekend no matter what.
Yeah, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Who's making these decisions? Who's not making these decisions? And then what's really going on?
It can't be for me. Like y'all know this more than I do. It can't be the sponsorship. It can't be the TV. It can't be.
It's not.
Right.
It ain't.
That was rhetorical. I was trying to be smart aleck.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it can't be the TV.
100%, dog.
It can't be the sponsorship because I'm gonna say something.
Say it.
I love it. Okay, Bayou Classic has done okay. It is what it is, but the reason it's not them, it's not the TV or sponsorships, because they really giving y'all pity money
100%.
because it looks good for them as a company.
So right on.
Yeah, we giving back to our historically black universities, and let's have our black employees that work for our company be on TV. Look, we hire black people. We're diversified. Yay! Here's $600,000. Then we sneezed that. We took a lunch break with that. So it's pity money. So you mean tell me that you can't just move it up just 1 week or have it at the beginning? Because you're gonna get the money. They're gonna give you money anyway, just because it looks good for them and the company and it's a write-off. But in our community, that's where the stubbornness and the pride really. That I can't understand how you can be so stubborn and prideful when it comes to something like that.
It's the athletic directors, man. It's the athletic directors and the conference commissioner. Somebody got to be willing to sacrifice their job to say this not right and get on social media and say this not right. We need to make change right now. And until that happens, everybody comfortable with their checks. So until you more about the purpose and you more about the future people than you are your job, it ain't never gonna change.
What HBCU is a football school?
Say it again.
Which HBCU is a football school? Like it's a y'all know what I mean when I say football school, right? Like
Dominant? Like Alabama?
It's like a football. Like football is the most prominent thing on
Like
campus.
Kentucky is about like basketball. Kentucky.
Yeah, it's like you don't think like Kentucky probably got good programs education wise, but you don't know them for that.
Right.
You know Kentucky for you know what I'm saying, basketball. And they'll act that. They'll say, the basketball program is what's really doing it around here. The football program is why y'all got a basketball program, so calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like which school, which HBCU is kind of leaning into making it a program like that?
None.
And that may be another root thing too.
None of them that I could think of.
They probably not even thinking
and
about
I've been around HBCUs
it's
my whole life.
It's like PE.
It's extra.
It's like extracurricular.
That's it. Can you think of one that's the primary?
Dante face.
I can tell you at every school the band is better.
Yeah.
Every school the band is more important and the band makes more money.
The band makes more money. Yeah, the band makes more money than most of HBCUs, and because they get invited to Thanksgiving Day parades, Rose Bowl parades,
And
White
then
House.
every
White
call
House,
show
pro games on Sundays.
That's true.
and NBA games during
So
the
what are we
week.
talking
Yep.
about?
So
Put the camera on me, Swag. So Prime is leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado. I rest my case. We just explained. Hold on, forget all the other stuff about a mission and Prime. So he got a destination and everything, and that's cool. I believe in it. All. We just literally had the whole conversation about why you, and I will be in Colorado as well today. What we about to do? We about to go up the rough side of the mountain, huh? We about to work. Digging a hole that what you digging it for? Like what you
Right.
what you working towards when as soon as you dig something out the hole, somebody throws some more dirt in there. And they want the dirt in there. They want to stay the same way. All right, question. I'm gonna say I'm leaving it alone, y'all. I swear, because it's mind-boggling. I swear, Dante, Will, Swag, Doug. If I'm trying to think of the simplest of things, if all your T-shirts got a hole in it, right? What's the next thing that you do? You buy new T-shirts, right? It's simple, fix the problem, right?
Learn to sew.
I learn to sew, right?
still fixing it.
but you're gonna fix the problem. If you got a flat tire, you go get a new tire. If your tire get bust, you fix it. Then you get another. I'm trying to think of all the different things that are basically understanding that if you want something better or something that you have isn't working, you go get another one.
Right.
You upgrade. We all talking about upgrading, right? If you don't, and I see you with that holy shirt on, I don't mean holy like that, but you get it. And you wore it again. And then you wore it again, and you wore it again, and you wore it again. I am to believe that you like holy shirts. I am to believe that you like it like that, unless you don't have the resources to change it. But it's just a T-shirt, bro.
Yeah.
And I know you're bringing enough money to change the T-shirt. If you don't change it, you don't want to change.
I got a question for the podcast. We all sitting right here. And the reason we can say this and we can attest to this because we help people that look like us in our community.
100%.
We've actually done that. Like,
100%.
we're doing it.
Doing it.
So
Currently.
that's not the issue. So we can say this. If we had the opportunity right now, if let's say a particular HBCU school asks us to, hey man, Saturday, can y'all come through? We're gonna lay out the works for y'all. We want y'all to shoot the podcast pregame for us, okay? This Saturday. Deion Sanders said, hey man, same Saturday, man, I want y'all to come out to Colorado, shoot the podcast pregame. We're gonna lay it out for y'all.
Why is this a question?
No,
Go.
no. See where we going?
Go.
Colorado. Boulder, here we come.
Go.
So same thing what Dante was saying, like
You don't have to lay it out. He can just say, y'all come up here.
I got my I can be my own
We're going to
ticket,
get
dog. I
like 8
got
by
you.
10 space.
Yeah, I'm
Just
good.
bring your own cameras and everything.
We good. We done. We done.
that's all y'all need.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
But that's like what Dante was saying. All these outside, these same people that saying all this stuff, like you said earlier. If you get a $5 raise or $10 raise, come on, man.
But what I don't get with the whole thing is what I try to tell people is, hey, do the same thing he doing in your real life. Like take what he's done with his social media team, employing his family members, employ your family members.
Come on.
You ain't got
Come
one
on.
family member that knows social media.
Come on, bro.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Take care of all the little kids that's younger than you,
Come on, bro.
and make sure they're playing to their capabilities.
Right.
And then bring that to your business. Use that same strategy in your business. Use this in your real life. Take what he's doing in his life, in his job, and do it in your life, in your job, and everything will be solved. Nobody will be hating because there's a lot of hating going on.
Right.
I just want to point out
He
something.
really is.
It's just hating. It's
For,
just plain and
for,
simple.
for what?
though,
No. I think Prime. And y'all can attest to this over the years. We're just watching from the outside. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple things on the inside, but also outside, right? It's just been always hate. Like they hated when Prime came out with his gold chains and was doing the press conference. They hated it when Prime said, "I'm the best on the field." I love Prime. It was us. They hated. Some of us clap because we get representation. You know, they always say we look like us and all that, right? But some of them was hating like crabs in a barrel, bro. And it's just, and it doesn't matter how much you hate it. The best way to kill hate is to elevate. Like, I don't care. I don't care what it make you hate them more. It makes somebody like come on, y'all. We done all had somebody, and as soon as you got whatever, it's like, and now they more mad. They never gonna clap. They were never gonna clap for you. They more mad. These are the same people that's mad because he went to Jackson State and they started putting him on TV.
That's the same people that's mad.
They pissed that he. Now watch this. How many times we done seen these people from the persuasion of the PWI? Y'all know what that means, right? I wanted to give a little education about that too. But
People with
primarily
intelligence.
But people with intelligence, right? The people of that persuasion, right? How many times have we seen them? That's why we're talking about a lot of them coaching jobs. They got them coaching jobs because they that color.
Yep.
They got a connection. They daddy, they whatever, somebody in the upper office, right? How many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen, people get CEO jobs and everything because they're in the family? I'm not mad at nobody. Y'all we got children, we're gonna look out for our kids. Y'all already know. But you get mad because this man brings his son and make him the starting quarterback. And it's not that he ain't good. If he was trash, it's a whole other conversation. He good, and he gonna do it again in Colorado.
He gonna do it in
and
Colorado.
They mad.
Hey, that's another key. He's a great parent. Like, this kid been in the same offensive system since he was in junior high school. The offensive system is not changing. He knows it better than the new coaches that's coming in.
Right.
They just gonna add something to his game. Put a little sauce on it. Put it back up.
I don't know what Colorado women's basketball looks like. Don't know how good they are or whatever. But you best believe his daughter gonna have a chance to go play for him now.
She was at the.
They were shooting the other day at the game at the arena.
Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So why not? But people are always mad when you got opportunity to do something instead of paying attention to what you're doing.
That's it. And then use it in your life.
They just don't. I just don't get that. Like, because it's more so for me. Like, an opportunity comes up in general. Like, we gotta stop with like the white black stuff, right? Or this person got here because he was white, or it got this opportunity. At the same time, like, you got to take advantage of the opportunity in front of you. You got to take advantage of it, and you got to be willing to ask for help. Like, why would I don't know anything about real estate.
Why not?
Why
Yes.
would I go try to get a rent house, flip a house, Man, forget Will, forget Dante. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna go start my own company.
Why? Why?
Why would I just go to them and say, man, show me what to do. Help me.
And then I ain't gonna even charge you.
Help me.
I don't even charge you.
Help me. You see what I'm saying?
Help me.
Help me. Like that's the position we gotta get to. So I don't want anything else about white and black, man. Like I just want to get to the point where it's just like we get so blind to that stuff and blind to color on both sides, right?
Yeah, right.
On both sides, because at the end of the day, like we all came from dirt. We all got the same 24 hours in a day.
Hey, Doug.
What you gonna do with
we live in an era where I just learned what a PWI is.
What's a PWI?
What's a PWI, Dante?
Primarily white institution.
Nah. I don't know why I thought PWI was some kind of, it's almost like BMI, like body mass index or whatever. Like I didn't know what. I thought it was measuring something else. Not in my farthest. And I think I'm a pretty smart guy. I never put that together. I always knew what HBC, historically black college and university, right? And I was like, why we? But I get it. Okay, I understood it. But then when you just informed me that in 2022, guys, 2022. Yo, this is 2022. I know it's Evergreen. But they needed a timestamp for this one. In 2022, we are referring to schools as HBCUs and PWIs. We're referring to them as primarily white institutions. Hold on. Is it a primarily white institution? Yes, most of the people there are white. Are they lying? No. But the fact that we're referring this way and we're saying PWIs and HBCUs is exactly what you're saying just now.
when Dante told me that for the podcast,
But I know why it's HBCUs. HBCUs because it's HBCUs because of the I don't want to say that.
Say it.
The handouts that we get. We're gonna get the government things because I would.
So that's what the H stand for, handouts.
Oh, listen.
Oh, I never knew that.
I'm about to go to somewhere. Let me go there real quick, y'all. Can I go there real quick? And I'm just gonna jump off of it. I remember, and it's a strong black man, strong black woman, and black women being strong sometimes can play the wrong way, and sometimes you can be over strong, and you don't realize partnership. You don't realize that you do need to be with somebody. You don't realize that you do need somebody to help you raise children. Mm-hmm. You don't realize that you do need, but because we keep pumping that and we don't understand what the industry does to us in our mind. It's all seeds. It's all seeds, right? But there was a time in welfare where they said, don't you get married, because if you get married, you're not going to get this help no more. Mm-hmm. Y'all get what I'm saying? There's a time when it says, okay, you need to stay right there and keep doing that same thing because that's the only way you're about to get this handout that you're getting more than what you seem to be working for. Yeah. Am I tripping?
No,
all the way across the board.
Right.
So now I'm gonna keep giving you this money. I'm gonna keep giving you this money, but you can't get a better job. Don't get a better job. Don't have no husband in the house. You keep sleeping with the nigga you're sleeping with. I said it for a reason. Mm-hmm. You keep sleeping, you keep doing that, keep having babies. We want you to, sometimes we want you to keep having babies. I'm not getting on that either, right? But for the most part, just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll make sure that you're gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. So we got to name it a certain way. I don't think that's the meaning of what a lot of people think or want, but there are powers that be that are behind those doors. The same people we talked about at the beginning.
Yep.
That they know exactly what I just said. They're gonna play on the emotions of everybody else historically. We gotta keep our heritage. I believe in heritage and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what are we talking about? What is our heritage?
But
all right, go ahead.
This my thing. Like
I didn't realize I didn't realize that Dante pointed this out.
Nobody that actually
thank you.
I can say this a good way.
Thank you, Dante.
Nobody that actually goes to and struggles at HBCUs financially, whatever, working 2 jobs, trying to get through college, staying off campus apartment, actually wants their kids to go to a HBCU. So all of my friends whose parents went to HBCUs, none of them went to HBCUs. And I can guarantee you, none of my kids are going to HBCUs. Like, because I understand the struggle and the sacrifice. Like,
I don't see no lies.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Hold on, Dante. Parents went to HBCU.
Both.
Doug.
Both of them.
My mother went to HBCU. Y'all want to talk about it? We ain't gonna put it out there right now.
My mom went to a JUCO.
Okay, all right.
So she went to a 2-year college, got
Right,
her degree.
right.
She didn't go to a 4-year institution.
Right.
I had to go to a step up. I went to HBCU. I went to the next step. I didn't go to a JUCO.
Right. All right. So you step up, and you're the right here sitting on this couch answer to what I'm about to ask them about the answer that they got. Y'all know what I'm about to ask y'all, and I don't know we won't answer. I don't want to ruffle no feathers. I know people be getting hot and they be hating, they be getting mad.
Well, definitely just like a
My mama said you can't go. My mama said you can't go. Now she said you can't go.
They didn't have my major, so it wasn't no question.
Whatever question. My mama said nah.
But that's dope though. Like they didn't have your major. You went to a school
I went to school
that
that had my major.
Like I don't. This is something nobody never talks about. Like I always think this stuff.
My mama said I can't go. Now I seen people go to that school that my mama said I can't go to because they had a program that was perfect for what they doing. Best in the nation. Y'all get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but it wasn't about to be like, oh, cause it's a
I'm starting to think about my parents' decisions now.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
and they may not have verbally.
When did we? So if the PWI is the best institution for your major in the country, right? When did we stop wanting the best for our kids? When did we stop instilling in them to strive to move forward in life? Like, so my parents own a house, right? But my parents instilled in me to own a bigger house than them and to own more houses than they own.
This is the way it goes.
That's life. So I'm teaching my kid,
Same way.
own more.
Yep.
You need to buy a house by the time you're 10 years old.
Right.
Don't wait until you're 21.
Right.
So what are we doing with this allowance?
Right.
Right? I don't need no ROI. I don't even know how to say it because I don't use it. Right? But I know how that rent come in.
Yep.
I just got a text doing the pod. Can't like literally just pay this rent.
Yep.
Like, so this is the stuff we need to focus on going forward.
That's true.
Not just being historic. Historic is a holdback. That H mean a lot of
It's
stuff,
history.
bro.
Yeah.
It's history. It's over with.
Yeah. And there are fights. There are fights that we're fighting right now, right? There are fights that we fought already in our lives, already, and trying to endeavor to do different things. And we was like, this was never gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Or doing it this way was never gonna work. So what do? I tweeted something the other day, and I said, generations. This is what legacy is, and people got that messed up. Generations are to pass down information, mainly about what not to do, because it didn't work. Y'all get it? Let's stop perpetuating the same circles. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so there are things, Doug, that you've done, Will, Dante, that we did it. We thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. And we was like, man, everybody gonna get on board and they're gonna be for this. And then you turn to find out they're gonna look at you like, what? Right. And it's like, oh, okay. So I'm not about to fight that battle no more.
Yeah.
And nor will I let my child, all my people, I'm gonna say, yo, look, I tried that already. This they're gonna say this and this and this and this. They're gonna do this and this and this and this. Don't even waste your time fighting that battle. Because I already know how that works. Right? There are battles that our parents had that they're saying, man, don't even go down that road. I know it seems noble because it seemed noble to me. And I know it seemed like you could do it this way, this way, this way, this way. And I know you see the problem. But at the end of the day, it's like, we fought that battle already that way. If you're gonna do it, try it from another way, but don't be over there all year long.
Yeah.
Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't be forever. Because if people don't want to change, they don't want to change.
They don't.
You get what I'm saying? So it becomes that, and we're not talking, we're not defecating, and you know the word I want to use, but we're not defecating on HBCUs. We're talking about this is a bigger principle. We're talking about the PWI. We're talking about a lot of stuff they need to change.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to change because they don't want to change it. So I'm not about to fight these battles. I'm about to navigate myself through here. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more. PWI. Right? So now that we all know what that means, I'm going to name some PWIs and tell me what y'all think of.
Okay.
Ohio State. What you think of when I say Ohio State?
Buckeyes.
So you think of their football team or their sports team, right?
Buckeyes, right.
Alabama.
Football.
Yeah, Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
Florida.
Gators.
Yep.
LSU.
Roll Tigers.
So are they Pete? Who are the faces of those teams?
Oh.
Who are the faces of those teams? We need to stop accepting what people telling us what they thinking is. They playing a shell game, yo. They telling you is this, but they really dangling this out here showing you what that is.
Right.
I'm just gonna. I'm a digress because I can take this.
Yeah. Like I said, it's crazy. Like you think of how your parents, and when you growing up, and like my answer wasn't as definite as yours. Like no, you're not going, but they did certain nuances. They did it without really telling me verbally, in the sense where it was more so that when I was getting ready for me to go to high school, like I saw, I'm from Baton Rouge. I grew up in Baton Rouge, and like they didn't. At the time, they didn't want me going to a public school in Baton Rouge. And I'm not dissing. So first,
No,
in the 90s and stuff, like
it is what it is.
Right. So they didn't want me going. So man, so what the heck I'm gonna go? You know what I mean? And so I watched my dad give up like his hobby and what he liked to do, like, and that's run dogs. So I saw him sell all his dogs. And if people don't know about dogs,
Well, hunt dogs?
Yeah, hunt dogs.
Oh, man, I gotta holler at him then.
If people don't know about dogs, like dogs is a lucrative business.
100%.
I saw him go to field trials, which is a competition, and run his dogs. I remember he had like 10, 15 in the backyard. Sold all of them, right? For me to attend Parkview, attend a private school, whatever. And but showing me, but really telling me, like, you know what, like, I want better. Like I'm from hey little Doug. I'm from a country town with a dirt road. See what I'm saying? Like I went to college, got my degree. I'm working in a plant, but I really don't want that. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. It's like, so let me sell my dogs for you to go here, right? And so now I'm here, and so certain things is you're exposed to certain. I was exposed to different things as opposed to going to a school in East Baton Rouge, right? But with all that being said, it's up to me now, right? Because even through all of that, like, okay, I saw different stuff at a private school, but I also saw deficiency in a public school. Okay, I saw it, which brings back to the point now where we're trying to do now is like, okay, let's get into these public schools now. Like, because for me, I never want to be that person like, man, shit, I just went to private school. I'm gonna take it off of myself. Nah, I'm good. No. So now, like, it's like, okay, for me, like, we gotta get back. Like, we gotta go to these schools. We gotta go to these public schools and tell these kids, like, man, it's something that it's different and it's more out there. And I want more people in the community, man, that this, like, stop trying to be the organization. I don't know how I'm getting on this. Don't be the organization to try to raise the most funds. Be the person with the big check and say you got this much money. How about y'all come together, man, and go and really sit down and take time with these kids, like talk to them, get to know them, because man, these are some bright individuals. These are some bright kids. You said the same thing. Like they dangle all this stuff in front of you and say, "Oh, these schools are terrible and this and that." The system is terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, we all been on the ground.
Yeah,
Yep.
the kids are not. If you really take the time and really know them and see what their mindset and what they want to do and what they want to be, it take one conversation to tell a kid, man, you can do that, you can be that. Okay, I'm cool. And you open, like I talked to another kid today. He's like, he wants to be in sports medicine, and like he has it planned out. Like, I'm gonna go to the military. If I go to the military, I know they're gonna pay for my school. But people are not interested in that, and so it's just more so for me, man. I feel like only time we come out as black people if we need your vote.
Oh, your boy got killed and we marching.
That's the only time we see you.
Show me the lies.
We need your vote.
If it
I
was
think about to go ahead.
if it was a consistent effort, I'm gonna show you the disparity. I know we go on, but we here Evergreen is what we do. I watched my wife. My what? Okay, I said
Already announced it, not us. Already announced.
like-
Oh my God.
Okay, so
Oh, God.
but she deals with certain sets of people in the tech industry, the angel investors, the what they call the I don't know VC. I don't know. I'm not saying the word right, but you know,
Venture
y'all know-
capitalists.
venture capitalists, VC. All right, and we know some people personally that have raised a lot of money venture capital wise, and they've got you know news flashes and articles and different things, and they make such a big deal about a black man, but more so a black woman raising. You know, she raised $4 million, $5 million venture capital, right? The same white dude, same age, not even doing an article about it, they're not even making a big deal about it, got 100.
100.
With no article. With no, and I'm not saying, I know the articles bring,
Yeah, I get it.
I get it, I just it brings awareness to what you're doing. But the disparity between the two starts to show me that you're sometimes you can fight a battle. Sometimes you can fight a battle the wrong way. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I get what you're trying to do, but you could be fighting it the wrong way. You're trying to go the way of the person that set it up for them to be the one that's always on top in the first place. It was you didn't build that track. You didn't build that financial system. Mm-hmm. You had nothing to do with the credit system. You had nothing to do with the endowment. You had nothing to do with the, like we talking about those the Ivy League schools. They give them access to certain patents and all that. We had nothing to do with building that. You were not in the office when they put that together.
Yeah.
You were not. None of y'all was a founding father.
Right.
Or mother or whatever, right? So you had nothing to do with how this thing was set up. So at that particular point, we have to realize that because it was set up a way. We talked about this some pods later, and we were talking about the NFL and ownership, and we were talking about all different stuff. It was set up that way for a reason. Mm-hmm. So the change that you want to make or want to do, you got to do it. You got to see another way. Mm-hmm. You got to do it. You just got to see it another way. You got to see another way that's almost outrageous from what the norm way, because the norm way is already paved and cemented to be what it is. True or not true?
It's true.
True.
So if we would come together, right, and even discuss how that looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all know that together is the network is the thing, but how does that look?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then go a different way and be quiet. Be quiet about it. Stop telling everybody you're playing. Stop telling everybody your motion. We about to, okay. Oh, y'all are? All right. All right.
I think a lot of times, we as a people, we lack scope.
Yeah.
We don't understand how big the pond is that you're in.
It's true.
So I think with that, like my mom always told me, don't get paid no wooden nickels they don't spend nowhere. So, like you said, like, yeah, that's cool. You got an article for $5 million. Now you gonna stop?
Right.
You got your little recognition. Now you gonna stop? Like you said, like some other dude, like that was this month one goal with $5 million. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand the scope of what you're in and what you're trying to do. Now, once you understand the scope of what you're in, and you got an understanding of that, then you can realize when you need to be recognized.
That's good. You realize when you need to be recognized. Dante, I got a question for you. I got a question. I know we over here now, y'all. We over here. Mm-hmm. I know us, do we really want to change everything?
Like,
Because there's a lot of people that they just want to secure their bag.
Mm-hmm.
The story, and it bothers me about church sometimes. We make things so spiritual and miss the practical.
Mm-hmm.
Moses is a prince. Ramsey's taking him in like his son.
Mm-hmm.
He's in control of everything. Let's go to the story real quick. I'm gonna do the fast version. Kills a man, runs away. He got everything, runs away, get the life that he want. Out, ain't nobody bother him. He ain't got to worry about the industry, none of that. Get the life he want. Married, all that stuff. Find a woman, has an experience, right, with a burning bush, with God in the burning bush, and they gets told to go back to where he came from to deliver the people, right? Like to go back and do that. Like he has to go through this whole process to do this, right? And has to go back and go back in there and go back in unfavorable circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do things in a way. He telling them stuff like you're gonna go in there and tell them, you know what I'm saying? It's about the whatever the plagues was, however he told them, you about to do all this, right?
Not only that, against his brother.
Against his brother, Moses is out there and he's clear of everything. Mm-hmm. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I got my old lady. We got some flocks. Mm-hmm. You know, we balling out here in the wilderness.
Father-in-law like me.
Father-in-law like me. He got to try it. Mm-hmm. Like we doing it. No. We could really, we good.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm about to have these kids, teach them about these goats, and we good.
We on for life.
You know what I'm saying? Then he has an experience that sends him back, right? And so now he's got to leave his family to go back and do something. Do we really want that change, though? We doing stuff like this. We all doing something that we probably should be getting paid more for.
That's true.
Hold on. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. Man. We all. I don't care what nobody say. We all got the ability to be doing something else in the world that get paid more than what we getting paid.
Say, bro, I did something today so cool, man, with my people this morning. Before I even went to work, and that was more satisfying than what I did at work.
Do you understand?
And we ain't even gonna get into it. Like it was something that he was there.
Yeah.
It was something that we did this morning that was more fulfilling than me actually going to work, making money.
Yeah.
But I know the money that I should be making at that job should be more.
Yeah.
And it's my business.
Yeah.
It is my business.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand you.
And so now we're dealing with a scope, Dante. Scope is scope is the most perfect word ever. Because now it's scope. You'll know when you're supposed to be recognized. I gotta put that in my phone. You'll know when you're supposed to be recognized. Because everybody just want to be recognized, but you don't know when you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Moses doesn't go over there until he get the signal to go. And then you gotta say what you're supposed to say. And I'm not about to turn this into you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's the principle stands. Because if we want to, Doug, okay,
you don't want to change.
Hey, hold on. Derek Beckwith Foundation. Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. You believe that you're supposed to be doing that.
Absolutely.
You believe there's purpose in that. You believe that's your purpose.
Wholeheartedly.
Can't nobody change your mind.
Can't nobody change my mind.
You're going to go to the end with it, right?
To the end with it. Till it just...
Till the wheels fall off.
Is that a real thing for the societies that we've been talking about? Or are they fooling us with the bag? Y'all get what I'm saying?
But there's a way to flip that though. Like we talking about Moses, right? Mm-hmm. Like what Moses famous for? Mm-hmm. Dropping the commandments, right? One of them is what? Thou shalt not kill. Mm-hmm. They'll right there do insurance. Nobody would kill nobody if they had $1 million whole life insurance policy. Mm-hmm. Like you would never kill nobody if you had $1 million whole life insurance policy.
No, we'll do.
Number one, because your hater gonna get paid too.
Your
so-called op family is about to get paid, and you don't want them paid anyway because you're hating on them, right?
Yep, 100%.
And then you could go in your bag that you own because it's a whole life policy and use the money. So you ain't got nothing to hate on. Nobody don't want change, bro. Because if you want to change, nobody would kill nobody.
That's true.
So I'm gonna drop this. My father called and was talking to me, and he said, "Watch this, y'all. And this is the point you're talking about." He said, "There's a difference between ownership and stewardship." Mm-hmm. He said, "When you think all ownership, you just do what the hell you want." Mm-hmm. You do what the hell you want when you want to do with it because it's yours. But when you realize that this life that you actually live, you are stewarding it. I got a thing I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna throw it out there, but legacy. Everybody talking about legacy, and I heard this the other day. The legacy is only the leg I see. If you run in the 4x4
Right.
and you got a leg, it's only the leg that you see. It ain't. You know, I want my name to be. No, it's the leg you see.
Right.
You need to see your leg and run your leg. You get what I'm saying? And pass the baton when it's time to pass it to the person that's gonna run further than you. This is the thing. We're stewarding in this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into it because I will get into it because at the end of the day, that's the conversation.
Right.
We don't think that we're stewarding it, so we begin to own everything, right? And I understand ownership, y'all. I know stuff is in your name. I'm not being crazy like that. But I'm saying, even in that, there's a stewarding that goes on, that goes beyond. You know what I'm saying? Just your notoriety. We started off with this, and it almost loops back to Prime.
Yeah.
Because he uses his notoriety. You know what I'm saying? To go to a place and bring some change. I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you notarized, but you're responsible to whom much is given, much is required, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess that's the conversation. And they got so many people out here hating on Coach Prime and hating on whoever else. And our discussion, but let's do some internal visitation. Let's look at our stewardship of our own situation. I think some people want to be governed. We talked about this the other night. But then there's a way that you govern yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a way that you see truth and begin to change your governor. And then when we start to do that, then what's actually happening in this room, guys? Come on, y'all. It's not because we met each other, you know, at church or whatever. That's not why we doing this in this room. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of people we met at church. We never sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? Or you might not even be like, man, I could never hang with such and such, right?
Maybe
it's not because of that. But
Oh man.
But the common thread is the thing that says we know, we get it.
Right.
We can walk in a room right now, not because we the pod. We can walk in a room right now and look around and people be doing stuff a certain way, and Doug will do like, I know Doug will do like this. Somebody say something, Doug will look at me, and Dante will do like, he do like, I already know the looks. I already know what we're doing. I already know what's happening. You get what I'm saying? Because of the thread. It's not because it's the thread. It's that common thread that we know that we steward in this thing. You wouldn't even be doing that, dog. You wouldn't even be doing no foundation. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know that you were responsible to steward your life and it just wasn't about yours.
Right.
Yeah, you can love yourself, but love your
Neighbor.
Right.
same time, same way as you love yourself. You get what I'm saying? And that's the conversation.
Yep.
Scope. That's the conversation, man.
Yeah. So how do we?
Hey,
BCS playoffs, man. Shout out
It's
to
one of those things.
shout out to all
Who
four
y'all got? Let's
four teams in the BCS playoffs.
Who? I didn't even see.
TCU made it. They lost and still made it.
Dang.
Georgia smashed LSU.
Yep.
Michigan.
And Ohio State got in over Bama.
Sitting at home chilling.
Chilling.
Yep. So who
It's
y'all
only,
got?
it's only because of the record, I think. It's probably because of the
11
record.
and 1?
Yeah, it's the record. It's the one. It's hard. It's hard to do a. How many games Bama lost? 2? It's hard to put somebody in with 2 over somebody 1. It's just difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they had that, it's more justifiable. Who winning? Georgia, of course.
I think so.
Georgia got to play who? Georgia got to play who? Georgia won.
Ohio
They play
State.
who? Ohio State.
Let me tell you something.
Ohio State got weapons.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Georgia is very vulnerable on their pass defense, and Ohio State arguably has the best receiving core in the country. Now they just lost one. He's not gonna play. What's it? Jackson and Big Way.
Yeah.
'Cause
Smith and Jigba.
He's hurt, basically,
Yeah.
so he's not gonna play. But they got Marvin Harrison Jr., who's a dog. They got another receiver, so they got weapons on the outside. And C.J. Stroud, is a.
I know what they want.
First round quarterback.
I know what they want.
What?
What conference Ohio State in?
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
What conference Michigan in?
Big Ten.
They possibly could be a Big Ten championship, huh?
Yep.
They would love it. They would love it.
It's a possibility.
They would love it
It's a
because
possibility.
they don't play each other first round, right?
No, it's a possibility. It's a big possibility.
I want TCU to win it. I want TCU to win. I want to see something different.
I do too.
I want to see something different. I love the way they play offense. I love Coach Riley's scheme. His brother is the head coach at USC. So I want to see something different. Now, are they going to win? I don't know.
I was about to ask you. Think
But I really want to see something different.
I do want to see something different too. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe Michigan and TCU in the championship or something like that.
No, Michigan played TCU though.
Oh
Michigan plays
Yeah,
So,
first round.
so they had to be
T-
Ohio
TC
State.
TCU.
Now Ohio State gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
Georgia winning it.
Either way, it feels rather. I don't know about y'all. It feels rather boring to me.
Yeah.
This playoffs, it
yes.
does.
It's like-
I do.
This why they need the 12 or the 24.
true.
This
It
why
feels boring, but I think they got the right 4 teams.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that
I
100.
agree with
percent I agree that they got the right 4. They got it right this year.
Yeah.
I believe they got it right. But I just think them are boring.
It is boring.
But if you think about a 12 team or something like that, though, would you like to see USC versus Ohio State? Would that be a good game you would want to watch?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm just
It's
saying,
coming.
man.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming in
Yeah, it's
2020.
coming. It's
That's
coming.
in
Let me see
2025?
something.
4 or 5.
Four.
One or two.
I think it's 4.
Let me see something.
So it's one more season
One
out
more
of the
season.
4.
Why you
And
just can't? Well, I guess.
then I don't understand why they going to the
contracts.
12 anyway. Like every other conference plays what 24.
Hey, so if
play 24.
if you went, because what's the point of the top 25? Can y'all tell me what's the point of it?
Now y'all understand why I
I
said a
know.
long time
No
ago.
preseason ranking.
Come on, Dante.
There's no need for preseason
No,
rankings
it's not.
Come on.
because
No need-
that's what leads to all this talk about. Well, you beat them when they was number 13. They was never the number 13 ranked team in the country because where they at right now, they rank 50th.
So answer this: How did Tennessee get jumped by Alabama if they beat Alabama head to head?
Not that. I'm assuming the only thing I can assume is because how bad they got blew out at South Carolina.
And
But what they got to do with
Georgia.
Bama though?
That has nothing to do at all with Bama.
I don't understand some of this.
That
stuff,
has
man.
nothing to do at all with Bama.
I think Bama a lot of times get that credit off of just past history and past success, and they won't let it go.
That's cool, man. But they beat y'all head to head.
I know, but people in general, they just when people sit in those rooms, they go off of past success and just it won't let it go.
And I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Nick Saban was all over the airways,
Yeah,
so he was politicking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it here. They need to drop number 25 in the top rankings and do a top 24, and then go to a 2014 playoff.
That's it.
it would be dope.
That's it. Change.
Well, no. Y'all know how much we watch football.
No.
Like we watch it now, but we only get like a couple weeks of playoffs type, right? We watch we watch the whole playoffs from the NFL.
Tell you what, hey, if they do that right now, you gonna increase NIL. Somebody they gotta get TV money.
They should have been did that from
It
the
should have been
beginning.
there. So you gonna go to 24?
Also, something
even
else they
four.
gotta
Like
figure
even
out.
right now, I feel like man, it should be an incentive. You made it to the bowl game. What's up with this TV money?
Yeah, bonuses,
What's up with these bump? What's up with this percentage?
NIL bonuses.
But-
If you want to make it easy, everybody get the same cut.
But until cats start sitting out,
For that reason, though.
For that
Now you
reason.
can't sit out because I
Yeah.
want to go to the
Sit out or
yeah.
unionize.
Do what?
Yeah, they ain't-
Sit out or
Yeah.
unionize.
it's gonna be hard to unionize.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, if
Everybody want too much different stuff.
Yeah.
right. If they did the 12 playoff right now, it'd be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee, Clemson, Utah, Kansas State, USC, Penn State, and Washington.
No green wave.
Nah,
ain't
Green
that
Wave number 16, which they might need to be a little higher than that because I'm seeing them. But
Yeah, they gonna get smashed in the bowl game though.
But that's where you can.
who they
use
playing?
USC.
Eesh.
I don't know, Will.
Unless USC players sit out.
I don't think USC defense ain't good though.
at all.
But it's
I watched
Tulane
that
defense.
I watched that Utah.
know.
I watched that Utah game, man.
I don't know.
They
USC
cannot
defense,
tackle.
USC defense ain't good.
Yeah,
But
at
can't-
all.
but
Yeah,
can't-
at all. Utah made out of granite because they was running.
You got a
through.
month to prepare for them. I know USC got a month as well, but
It's a lot of good bowl games though,
They
man.
Hey, so on today, the day that we're shooting this pod is the day that the portal open, right?
yeah.
Didn't the portal open today?
Hey, it's Christmas.
Hey, yo, it's Christmas.
It's
Christmas early.
Christmas!
Christmas early. It is wild. Look,
And that's another reason that HBCUs.
when somebody come in and say, and another reason.
That's another reason HBCUs should shoot their shot at high school players because of the portal. These players, these coaches either busy recruiting their own players to stay on the team, or they recruiting players out the portal because they already know these players can play on the next level.
Right.
Shoot your shot at these high school kids.
Shoot your shot, man.
And in that portal.
Listen, it's all to me. It's all about a seed too. Sometimes it's just put yourself on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when it's gonna come around.
Yeah.
You don't. They may not initially, but the portal, like you saying, Dante, gives opportunity for. You might not get them straight out of high school, but next year we don't know how that year gonna go.
You don't go good. I bet.
Out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I got the NIL bag for you still.
You know what I'm saying? Which that's another thing HBCUs need to really capitalize on is that NIL bag. You get what I'm saying? And get your bag up. Start talking to some of these lawyers and these whoever else with businesses and all these different.
I have never none of me or any of my friends have ever been contacted about NIL from that school.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
I've got more contact from the PWIs in this state than them.
Wow. Do we want to change, guys?
Anyway, portal.
Right, the portal, man. And so what y'all? Give me some feedback on the portal, man. It's about to get wild. Now let me ask you: if you jump in the portal, you sent a text today, Dante, about the lineman from Bama.
Yes, starting guard,
and we already know
who has never given up a sack.
We already know what them Bama linemen are.
That boy look bigger than life itself.
What y'all think the psyche is? What do y'all think? You think he got a bag somewhere else?
I think he's trying to get more money from Bama.
Yeah, it's leverage.
Yeah, a lot of them are jumping in just to see what they can get from the school that they at.
Educate me so you can get in the portal and then go back to your regular school.
Can.
Absolutely,
it's up to the school.
It's up to the school.
It's up to the school. They can pull your scholarship.
Yeah.
Question: If you get in the portal and you go back to the school that you come from, does it take away from your transfer? Like I think at one time, right?
No, because you didn't transfer.
You didn't transfer.
You didn't leave the school.
Okay.
So a lot of them are playing
possum.
Pretty much what Lane Kiffin did. How he kept feigning like he was going to Auburn. And just got another contract from Ole Miss. I think his fourth contract in 2 years that he got.
What, he got $9 million this time?
Yeah.
Big money.
It's fourth
every week.
Shout
out to Lane.
What would you do? I'm jumping. What would you do? It's free agency. This is college free agency, guys.
Again, understand your scope.
Yeah.
Understand your scope.
You better understand how
That's
good
what
you are.
Prime told them players, don't y'all jump in that portal.
Right, don't jump in that portal if you don't know how good you are.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's different. Right? You got to really know, like, they came from Alabama. He, 2-year starter?
Yeah.
2-year starter at Alabama. He didn't give no sack this year?
No sacks.
No sack. So with him jumping in, he know his scope. So I'm going to get on somebody's squad regardless. So you just got to know where you are.
Who you are.
I like the portal right now because it's helping out not only the players but the colleges. So like even in this state, one of the schools, they only played this year, the whole year, with 71 players out of 85. So they can go and get as many players as they want until they're 85 now. So they don't have to just get 25 players. They can get 40 players.
Right.
And that portal going to help them out. So a lot of people who in the portal going to get picked up just because a lot of teams don't have the complete 85 on the roster.
Dude, NIL in the portal, bro, is like it's like a whirlwind, bro.
No, between the portal, JUCO, high school, and just the players that's already on your
Post-grad.
Post-grad.
You talk about that, right?
Post-grad.
Like, dog, you really earning your check as a coach.
Yeah, you are.
But this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
Man.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that's.
Yeah, well, that's going back to what y'all was saying earlier about these coaches that's not doing their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. Like, all right, if any one of us, Dante, you both of y'all coach. Y'all coach, right?
Nah, I quit.
Okay. But I've been coach, right?
I got you though.
If I've coached a basketball team before. I've coached a freshman basketball team before, right?
Like a hoop?
Huh?
Hoop?
I had to work with them.
Okay.
They didn't know what they was doing. They had to work with them.
They was
like
freshmen.
I had a little. This is so bad. I'm about to say. This is so bad. I'm about to say. But there's a little boy named Scotty. Scotty, what's up? And Scotty was on Ritalin. They told him he was ADHD, and was he? He was hyped sometimes. Right. So they would. I didn't do this, but they would tell Scotty, "Don't take your medicine before the game." And when I say this little young white guy averaged about 5 to 6 steals a game, because he was just all over. He guarded 2 people. Lil dude. He's a little
Zone
dude.
defense.
He's a little dude. He's a little bitty dude. But don't take your medicine. Because we need you to be hyped. We don't want you to be calm. Lockdown.
3-and-D.
Full court. Full court. Look, the team wasn't that good. But full court press, he getting steals and layups. He getting steals, other person getting layups.
Don't take your medicine.
Anyway, as a coach, y'all coaching, you do your best to if you decide that you're gonna coach, you're gonna put your best foot forward, and you're gonna put your everything into that because that's what it's about. And hold up, and there's fun in that, going train and going recruit and going like, man, let's get in the car. Where we going this weekend? Let's go to the games. Let's go see what's what. Let's go, like that's the energy, bro. To me, it's supposed to be up there.
I was literally telling some of my track athletes maybe last week before, like, y'all really don't understand. Like, this is really the best part of my day. Like, when I come out here, I put these lines down, I put these blocks out, and we get ready. Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all really don't understand. This is the best part of my day because you can literally, in 11.5 seconds, I can change your financial life.
There it is, bro. Yep. And that's the fun of it. Like, that's the energy.
Like, that's
don't you get the energy?
Absolutely.
Don't you get a drive? That's a drive. Yeah. Like, to me, when I hear this, I want go in the portal and start recruiting. I want to see the portal list. Is there a way we can go see it? Like, see who all on the portal, all in the portal?
Shout out to 24/7, man. They got a portal list on 24/7.
Bro, I be wanting to get in there and be like, you know how we doing when we doing fantasy draft? Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be in another if I wasn't, gifted or called to do what I do on a regular, in another life or whatever they say, in another lane. I'll be trying to be I'll be a recruiter.
Bro,
you'll be a recruiter.
I'll be sitting on the sofa.
I was gonna say something the other day. I was saying the other day. I kid y'all not. I was gonna text y'all. I said if it's anything that you could do in life, if you wasn't doing what you're doing now, what would it be? I thought about you. I said I feel like Montreal would be like a general manager or athletic director.
100%.
I would want to be a corrupt booster. Like a very corrupt booster.
Because you can't get in trouble.
Can't get in trouble.
You really can't. What would you do?
Hey, no. It's good. Because Dante, you could be the corrupt booster at the school that I'm ADing for.
And that I'm coaching at.
Oh, my gosh. Hold on. You the booster?
You got to get in, Doug.
I'm the coach.
You the coach.
You got to get in, Doug.
I'm over student athlete player development.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Well,
turn the camera to Dante. Turn the camera to Dante.
Oh, man. All right. It's been great. We had fun.
Pod, man.
We had fun. We had Gravity has given up on us today.
This is a wrap.
Hey, Swag to turn the camera now.
So we gonna.
I hope he got it.
We gonna call. We gonna wrap
that
up.
That has to go on TikTok.
Remember to subscribe, comment, review. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, buddy.
Keep following for more updates, and we gonna keep bringing it every week.
Evergreen, baby.
Evergreen, man.
We out.